I have tried making every plan that there is, but I did not plan for the plan that doesn't go according to the plan. And mostly all of my disappointments mostly come from my plan not going as per the plan. I should have known better and I should have prepared. In an ideal world, I probably would. It's 6 o'clock now. Uh, I slept early actually. I slept at 11. Thought I will wake up early, get the sun. I woke up at 2 because a friend of mine woke me up at 2. And since then, I've not been able to fall back asleep. And since then, I don't know why, but just like the tears, it's happening again. The tears just cannot stop flowing out of my eyes. You know, they say you are mostly stressed primarily because the things you have control over, you fail to do them. And that is primarily where stress comes from. Because the things that you don't have control over, to some degree, it won't stress you out as much. I found it to be very true. Like a test that goes bad, an exam that goes bad, it's primarily because you could have taken measures to have completed the syllabus earlier, yet you chose instant gratification over delayed gratification, and you ended up in the position that you are right now. You cannot be complaining, wow, the view is amazing. I step outside and my mood instantly gets better. I step outside in the sun. That is what sun does to me. I thought birds had gone extinct. For some reason, they say sparrows are near extinction. But it's nice to see birds once in a while. But yeah, I was watching these Instagram influencers who have pretty meaningful content, who are extremely sought after, and they post about how they dreamt of certain things. They proceeded to achieve all of those. I know Instagram isn't reality, but it sells you reality. And for the past few years, it has been doing a very good job on doing that to me, because I know my Instagram life isn't like what is there on my feed. It's far, far, far from what I am in reality, right? Yeah, no. It's been really mentally taxing, especially relationships, and on top of that, exam that I have. Relationships in the sense, all my platonic relationships, just the relationships in general that I share with people, the friendships, everything. I suck at them primarily. I It's just that I don't know. I kind of burst out with anger and say all of the things that I want to say in that moment, because my head doesn't process consequences as quickly, and even if it does, I would be filled with such rage that I'm like, I am fucking okay to deal with the consequences of whatever this is. And after having to gotten to feel the anger that I felt towards this one person, I understand what it's like. That anger makes you do a lot of illegal stuff. A lot of illegal stuff. You will regret it later. Or not. You could be, I don't know I'm not a psychiatrist, but I really would love to know what's going on in minds of criminals. But that's all they are, criminals, right? World is unforgiving that way, because once you're labeled a criminal, there's nothing much you can do, to be honest. So, the free fires that takes place, the bombing, the war between so and so countries, mostly everything, mostly all of those are fueled by rage. And rage kind of makes you hurt even the people you call closest. Like, I wouldn't go out and just take my anger out on a stranger, no, but I am most likely to do that on my mother. The people closest to you, you tend to take them granted and supremely granted. Given that, I started meditating. Did I say that? I think I've been saying that in all of my videos. For some reason, it doesn't help, bro. I'm telling. Just doesn't help. I meditate primarily to calm down my thoughts and like take the time to actually sit down and just think it, just think it. That's why meditations that go as long as like half an hour, I'm pretty chill with that. And if you ask me to sit down for 1 hour to meditate, I can easily do that. I know the primary thing is your mind, you should try to keep it as empty and thoughtless as possible in meditation, but it just doesn't happen. I acknowledge all my thoughts during meditation, so that's why if you ask me to sit for 1 hour, easy. Because I can think for that long. I'm very good at overthinking. I think every woman is at this point. So, adulthood, really kind of teaches you about how you deal with people. That's all. How you maintain your relationships. Like, I'm not friends with anybody. No, maybe one or two people, but like barely them too. I'm not friends with anybody from school. You know, when I was that young, I thought I wanted school to get over because it was such traumatic experience from my standpoint that I just wanted it to get over and not see the face of my classmates ever again. Like, I was so excited that this is it, this is the end. And then I see stories of Instagram stories, WhatsApp status of friends still hanging out. I never thought of that day. Like, I never imagined of that day to come. What do you mean you're hanging out still? What do you mean you're making plans with the ones you studied in school? Like, I thought it was out of possibility. Like, once you're done with school, you're done with it. Once you're done with college, you're done with it. The people that come along with it, I never thought that. And it was never even in my head that until I saw their stories. I'm like, oh my god, it's insane. And how it must be so nice to have childhood friendships lasting well into your adulthoods and more. I never knew how that felt. You know, friendships from childhood. But I still reminisce this one friend, Advika, that I had in preschool. I told everybody in preschool that she was my best friend. And she reciprocated that. I was very happy. And I thought she was the person for me. And I'm done with friendships. Friendships grew progressively toxic in school. Because, say if I make a friend, they didn't want me to speak to another friend or like, forget getting close, just not even speak. And if they caught me speaking once, it was like cheating, basically. Like how you would cheat with a person in a relationship. If you were caught speaking to the said person that your best friend didn't want you to speak, then you would have to make up to them, and making up to them would take minimum of 5 days. That was a lot of effort. And they would just like, cut friendships with you. It was that. My journey was so toxic in school, and spanning into college life, spanning into now medical life. I just forgot what it's like to maintain friendships, acquaintances, sure, many acquaintances that I wish I did not want, like, that I wish I did not have to wave hi or acknowledge their presence there. But ultimately, that has what life has come to. And countably, I have very two close friends in college. That is it, probably. Mostly, that is it. That's a good number. I've realized 2 is a very excellent number. So, you could say that. But I love nature. As you can tell, my mood has progressively gotten better. And